Hey everyone, so in this video I'm going to be showing you the 2-star setup that I used to use back when I was still in a 2-star format. At this point I'm a 3-star. I have a majority of 3-star characters. I still haven't completed leveling up my first 4-star, but I'm almost getting there. So what I'm going to be doing again is showing you the 2-star team that was, to my opinion, one of the better teams out there. It helped me complete a lot of the versus events to high levels essentially, and it also helped me complete the Deadpool daily, which is what I'm going to be showing you today. So in the Deadpool daily, if you complete the final event, it guarantees you one 3-star character, guaranteed every single time. You just have to have it in your roster in order to get it. But if you do, like I said, it gives you a one guaranteed 3-star. In this case, it's going to be Luke Cage. So again, the team that I'm going to be using, it's going to be Magneto, Black Widow, and Storm. All 2 stars basically, but they kind of cooperate with each other. The main 2 are going to be Magneto and Storm, but we're going to be using Storm's ability, what is it called? I forget which one it is. I think it's Silent Wind or something of that sort. Essentially what that ability does is that it stuns the enemy team, or it stuns one enemy team member for 4 turns, and it deals a group damage to everybody. So I'll show you once I get the necessary AP, because I think I'm going to have to use it. Well, I'm going to be using it a lot during this match. That's going to be the main power that I'm going to go for. So every time you start a match, your main focus should be getting as much purple AP as you can, so that you can instantly fire off Magneto's move. So I did, I believe, 2 turns already, and I got enough to do the purple move for Magneto. Now, the reason why I got it so fast, it actually has to do with Black Widow. Black Widow's black ability, sorry, here it is. So her black ability lets you steal purple, blue, or black AP based on if you matched it. So if I matched a purple and the enemy team had a purple, I steal one instantly right away. Same thing goes for blue, same thing goes for black. She basically steals it. Not only that, she also deals damage. So this helps you add up the blue AP a lot. So right here I have a total of 3 blue. I can see a match 5 there, and the enemy team has a total of 6 blue. So when I match this 5 blue, I'm also going to steal one of theirs, which, as you can see, they used to have 6, now they have 5, and it adds it up to my pool over here. So that's good. Every time you match 3, you essentially get 4. Every time you match 4, you get 5, and every time you match 5, you actually wind up getting 6. So it helps out the process. So that's kind of the objective with, or that's the reason why Black Widow is in this team. She helps out pretty good when it comes to generating more AP and generating it fast. So once we pretty much have that, the next step that you want to start doing is getting either green or I got pretty lucky there. I got a match 5. Getting green or red. The green ability is going to be good for Storm, because her green ability, it generates tiles based on how many green AP you have. So the more green AP you have, so if you have like 20 green AP, it'll get you more. It'll shatter those the same, not the same amount, but I think for every 1 green or 2 green. Let's see, destroying 1 tile for every green AP her team has. Well, it's actually for every green tile. So if I have 20 green AP, it'll generate 20 tiles, or it'll destroy 20 tiles, and then it'll add it to my pool, which is over here on my left hand side. So her green ability is pretty good. If you can't find purple, go for green or go for red. The reason why I say go for red is because his red ability does a lot of damage. I know it says it does 21-31 damage. It usually winds up doing around 3,500 damage. The reason for it is because his he destroys a surrounding amount of tiles. Not only does he destroy them, he also deals damage to the enemy that he's looking at, or the enemy that's on the opposite end, and he generates AP. So all of the tiles he destroys, he adds it to your pool. So it just gives you more and more so that it can continue feeding itself. That's essentially the purpose there. So again, once you get the purple, then you go for green or red. The blue ones, you really don't want to go for it too much, just because this is how the ability starts to take off, right? You match one here, and you match another one over here. So you just start matching most of these away, so that it can give you the it can give you the necessary the necessary blue tiles to use Storm's Windstorm ability. So right now I want to use it because I have this tile that's about to go off, and it's going to convert a random tile into an attack tile that does 238 damage. I don't want it to go off, so I'm going to stun him, which he's the one that's leading those countdown tiles. The way that you can find out is that if you take a look at the tile down here, every time you cycle through one of the enemy teams, it'll basically pop up, it'll bubble up, and that tells you whose move it is, and you can kind of counter them, either stun them or kill them in order to stop them from going. So that's a good tip for most of the people that don't know of it. At this point, like I said, the ability starts to take off, and you can just start, dealing massive damage. At this point, I can even use his red ability. I kind of want to hold off from doing that up until I have to, and I'm going to get rid of his purple matches right there, just because I don't want it going off when he's no longer stunned. So the first round, you really don't want to go off and use off the abilities. You don't want to use the Windstorm ability unless you have to. The purpose for it is because there's 4 matches here, right? Or 4, what do you call them? A total of 4 waves of enemies. So after you're done with this wave of enemies, there's going to be another wave coming. There's going to be a total of 4 waves. And the more you get into it, the stronger the enemy team starts to get. So you'll start facing up to 4 stars as your enemies, and you don't want to take on a 4-star with 2 stars. You're never going to win. The only way that you'll win is if you follow the strategy, which is to stun them all while you do enough damage with either Magneto or somebody else for that point. So like I said, that's kind of the main premises of it. So right here, I want to shoot off his red ability because I almost have it maxed out at 30, so might as well just use it. So what this is going to do, again, it's going to destroy any surrounding tiles, and then it'll generate me AP based on it. So you want to just kind of proceed through there. As you remember, the damage it was going to do was just going to do like around 20-something 100 damage. It did that amount this time, and the only reason why it did it is because the tile wasn't in the middle. So if it's in the middle, it'll destroy a 5x5 area, and that oftentimes gives you that 30-something 100 worths of damage. So it all depends on where that red tile gets placed. In this instance, it wasn't in the best location, therefore it didn't give me as much. Every time you finish off a wave, a good strategy is to not lose or to not let the other team attack. So either do a match 5 or fire off one of your moves to finish them. So that way the enemy team doesn't have enough to attack, because oftentimes you'll face enemies that are basically gonna one-shot you because your team doesn't have that much health. So for beginners, these are pretty good tips, so that you don't wind up losing the match because of because of a decision that you made based to attack or to try to speed up the match. Again, that's really not the objective of it. It's to follow the strategy to its core, and at that point finish off the enemy team without you even taking a scratch if possible. Oftentimes it really does happen, so it works out good. Let's see, at this point we're just gonna be matching and throwing off his red ability as much as we can. We don't want to use Storm's green ability yet. Again, her green ability is going to do a lot once you accumulate, up to 30 green tiles. It's going to do a lot of damage there. So you want to hold off as much as you can to use it. I might actually just use it this turn, because there's this blue tile down here that is looking at going off. So might as well, let's do it. Alright, so this will destroy 26 total tiles in the board, and it gives me AP for all of them. So it resets the board, and it did actually what I wanted it to do. Oftentimes whenever that destroys it, it gets rid of all of these. It was unfortunate that it didn't this time, but for the most part it does a pretty good job there. So again, we start the process all over again. Get blue, get green, get red, and it feeds itself really, really nicely, which is what I love about it. So it lets you speed up a lot of the attacks. I know it's taking a while, and just because I'm explaining it this one time, but for the most part, it's pretty smooth process to go through the entire final wave for the Deadpool daily. So let's see, do I want to use the red ability is a question. I hope I can get one of these tiles like in the middle, like that one or that one. And that's where it racks up all the damage, but unfortunately it didn't. But the good thing is, like I said, at this point I think it's safe to say that at this point there's no way that I can lose the entire match, and I mean by going through the entire waves, because it's kind of like an infinite ability that the machine can't, or the not the machine, but the well, yeah, essentially it's a machine. Yeah, the machine can't keep up. Just due to the fact that the abilities complement each other too good, so that it doesn't actually let him do a single move while you're you just keep on doing one move after the other. So at this point you want to use her windstorm ability now, because you're maxed out at 30, right? So the maximum amount of AP that you can carry is up to 30, and whenever you have enough purple, you can recuperate the purple really fast. So right here I used it and I had 30. It went down to 19 because it consumed 11. Once I play these, let's see how much I can get back. So if I don't get all of it, I might just get most of it there. Let's see. So this is wave number 3. Haven't encountered a single character. These are just thugs, I guess, which is fine. In the last wave they'll come in, but anyway, all right, I had, yeah, there you go, it went back up to 30. So it's very nice how it can easily recoup all of the AP that you lost. Again, the entire team complemented each other really nicely, to the point where you can just continue using the abilities over and over again. So that's a really nice attribute to using this team. Not only do they work pretty good here in the Deadpool daily, but they also work pretty good with the versus events. This was one of the main teams that I used to use back when I started playing the game, and it got me pretty high up there. Once in a while, I would be able to get to high enough levels so that I can get a 3-star basically. So that helped out really good. So at this point, what I did is I basically just went ahead and used all the blue. I wasn't realizing that at this point, to speed up the process, I can just use it and then recuperate it right away. So it's fine. If you use it, as long as you have 30, you're fine. Because like I said, at this point, I'm at 15, and I can just start recuperating more and more of it here. So by using like this one is Magneto's ability. This is going to give me the purple right there in the middle and a good chunk of blue. So now I'm up to 18. I wasn't sure how many I had, but yeah, that's kind of the gist of the entire ability. Again, one of the most stronger teams that is out there in terms of it being a 2-star. It actually used to be even more powerful because, if I'm not mistaken, Magneto used to be able to create up to 3, not 3, it used to be able to create up to 5 blue tiles and 5 red tiles. And you still got to select where you place the blue tiles. So it was a pretty strong ability. Just because, again, you were able to place up to 5 blue, and then it would create 5 random red. It was such an unbelievable ability. By the time I started playing, that ability was no longer there, or not by the time I started playing, but by the time that I fully covered up my Magneto, it basically, it was too late, because at that point they had already nerfed it. To a point where they made it a little bit more fair to the other players, I guess, or because they found out that it was such an infinite ability that it wasn't a good idea to have it at that point. So in the final wave, which is this one, we're just going to stun everybody. And I ran out of possibilities here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the Lightning Strike. This should give me the necessary blue AP to get it up there, hopefully. And let me see. There it is. Okay. So it got me the necessary blue. So everybody in the final wave is completely stunned. And see, there we go. We have Captain America almost dead. We have Luke Cage almost dead, and Punisher almost dead. So at this point, you just want to, basically nudge them, and they're gonna die. I should have actually saved that for somebody else, but it really doesn't matter at this point. They're dead anyway. I mean, there's no way that they can make it out. And this became that of a flawless game, basically. I didn't take a single scratch of damage. Oftentimes you wind up taking just a tad bit, especially if on the first wave you get one of these enemy teams or enemy characters, just because they tend to fire off one move or they do match damage based on it. So yeah, that's pretty much everything that I have for it. This is the 2-star setup that I have again, and this is what I used to get my current 3-star roster, which I'll share with you guys so you have an idea. So my 3-star rosters is like, this is the first page. It starts with Loki, then there's Black Widow. The entire second page is all 2-stars that I've fully leveled up, fully covered up. Then we have Black Panther all the way over to Kamala Khan. Again, 3-star characters I fully leveled up and covered up, so that's great there. Here's another page, fully leveled up, fully covered up. And right here is where it kind of starts to go into like 4 stars, 2-star champions, that kind of stuff. But anyway, that's kind of like my roster. At a later video, I'll show you guys the current 4 stars that I have and what I kind of need to complete them or completely cover them up. But anyway, that's kind of the setup that I use. If you have any questions or any comments, just leave them down below. I'll be happy to address them. And also for the near future, I might be starting off a new alliance depending on it. I just got somebody to start playing this game, and I kind of want to help them out, so I might just start my own alliance. If any of you are interested, put your information down below, or not your information, but let me know in the comments, and I'll be happy to look into your roster and see if it's going to be a fit for us at the alliance. So once again, that was pretty much the gist of it. If there's any questions, like I said, just leave them down in the comments below.